welcome to Soup Dog Recipes. Today we're making tomato soup with fish in it. It's a very tropical, fresh, and addictive recipe, pretty easy to make, so let's get started. I got some fish here, which I believe they are rainbow trout. You see how they have a colorful stripe along the lateral line? They're so small. 3 of them weighed about 1.2 pounds. I'm going to show you how to fillet them. Place a kitchen paper on the fish because it's so slippery. Do a cut behind the fish head and the pectoral fin. When you reach the backbone, turn your knife and slice it against the backbone. This is not a fish fillet knife, but it works fine. There you go. Then you just flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. Any white fish will work fine for this recipe, such as sea bass, mullet, walleye. If you don't know how to fillet fish, ask your butcher to help you. The fish rib is still on. We're gonna trim that off. Make sure your knife is sharp. Use the blade, gently peel it off. You want to cut as little meat as possible. Preparing fish is not very pleasant, so you can just go by the fish fillet that is already done. Okay, after that, we're gonna remove the skin. Do a cut at the end of the tail. Do not cut off the skin. Now you have something to grab on. It's slippery, so use a kitchen paper to grab it. Carefully slice the meat off against the cutting board. From these 3 fish, I got about ½ pound of meat. Just cut them into big pieces. Marinate it with ½ tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of grated ginger, 1 tablespoon of Chinese cooking wine, a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. Black pepper will work fine as well. Some salt to taste. I used a little bit more than a 1/4 teaspoon. Mix it with your hand and set it in the fridge. We are going to use the fish bones to make a broth. If you bought the fish meat that is already filleted, which doesn't come with the bones, you can just use chicken stock. Not a big problem. Add a little green onion, few slices of ginger, 1 tablespoon of Chinese cooking wine, some white pepper that I slightly crushed it. You can also use black pepper. Add 3 cups of water. Cover it, bring this to a boil. Turn the heat to low. Simmer it for about 30 minutes. While that is cooking, we can prepare other ingredients. 4 tomatoes. They are very small, less than a pound in total. Slightly cut and across on the top surface. Put them into boiling water, blanch for 20 to 30 seconds, until the skin is loose. Take them out. Rinse under running water to cool it down. Now you can easily peel the skin off. Then we will dice the tomatoes. It is a little hard to work with it, but do your best. Doesn't need to be finely diced, just small little cubes will be fine. They produce a lot of sauce while cooking, which gives the soup really nice flavor. You can also use canned tomato puree, but I like fresh tomatoes. Also, I think diced tomato gives the soup much more texture as well. Besides that, I also prepared some red onion, grated garlic, few slices of ginger, few pieces of white portion of the green onion. I like my soup to be spicy, so I used a few pieces of chilies. They look like babies, but they are probably the hottest chilies I can find around me. It is frozen, that's how I keep my hot chilies. The original recipe is not spicy. This is my own twist, so it's completely optional. Or you can adjust the heat level according to your own preference. Just simply dice them finely so they can distribute well into the soup. I love my tomato soup to be spicy. It's a really nice tropical element, brings the dish to another level. Heat up your wok, or you can use a large pot. Add some oil, a little bit more than a tablespoon. Dump in all the aromatics along with 1.5 tablespoons of tomato paste. Stir until fragrant and wait for the onion becomes translucent. Add the diced tomato in. Keep cooking it on medium heat. In about 4 or 5 minutes, all the tomatoes should be soft and the liquid starts appearing. By now, the fish broth should be done. Drain it. You should get about 2 cups of broth. If you have less than that, you can add more water, not a big problem. Pour that to the wok. As I mentioned before, if you want this to be easy, store-bought chicken stock is a good option. Bring this to a boil, then add in the fish meat. Stir to make sure the meat doesn't stick together. Cook them for about 15 seconds and we are ready to season the soup. 1 teaspoon plus a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar, depends on your taste. 3 to 4 tablespoons of lime juice. Add it in batches so you can adjust the flavor. Turn off the heat immediately because you don't want to cook the lime. The original recipe doesn't have lime. It is another twist that I did in this recipe. It adds so much freshness and citrusy to the soup. Give it a try to see if it fits your taste. Mine does need a little more sugar and lime juice. You want to find a perfect balance between the sourness and sweetness. Serve it in a big bowl and add some cilantro as garnish. This soup is great to go with white rice. Very healthy and flavorful. This is my favorite tomato soup. Ooh, lots of flavors hit you in the same time. Sweet, savory, spicy, lots of freshness from the fish. And there are 2 different levels of sourness. The sourness from the tomato is very soft and gentle. The second layer is the lime juice. It really changed the whole style of this dish because it's so sharp, tart, but very pleasant as well. Oh, so good. I need some rice. This dish reminds me of Thai food. It's very spicy and intense. I just can't stop eating it. I hope you give this or my other recipes a try soon. If you haven't yet, click my channel name and find out how to make your favorite Chinese food. New videos coming out every Wednesday, and I'll see you next time. Bye!